This is the Tom Barnard Podcast. Listen live weekday mornings, 8 to 9:30, or anytime you like as a podcast on the Tom Barnard app at tombarnardshow.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
We're back. It's Wednesday. You know, I must curse the universe. I'm thinking that must be what it is.
Why is that?
For some reason, I was, first of all, I slept 10 hours last night, which, God, that was wonderful after not having any sleep at all the night before because of boom, lacka. But for some reason, in my sleep, I was thinking about Patrick Mahomes Sr. And then I just looked at the news, and it must have been because he got popped for his third DUI, but I didn't really pay any attention to it. So you know what I mean? You hear the name, but you don't really pay attention to what they're talking about.
Yeah.
So I get up this morning. Patrick Mahomes pleads guilty to third DWI charge. And I just posted this morning because I was thinking about him. I posted this morning. He's a great guy. Did you ever meet Patrick Mahomes' father?
I have not.
No, I have not.
He was a pitcher with the Twins for a while. Just a really, really nice man. No question about it. So then I'm looking up Patrick Mahomes Sr. There's a lot of news this morning about Patrick Mahomes Jr. because apparently Brittany Mahomes. By the way, did you know his wife is 6'2"?
Yeah, I believe she was a college soccer player.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly.
Catherine looked like a shrimp next to her. Honestly, God, 6'2". Don't piss her off. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, so I just went on the page to find out if it was indeed, that's what that was true, and it is true. Apparently, he pled guilty to agreed to some term, whatever.
Yeah, I think he agreed to 5 years probation, and this was from the one back before the Super Bowl, so it wasn't a new one since then. He just
but this he reacted to it now, right?
Yep.
Okay, good. Then I found out Brittany Mahomes is 6'2", a very attractive young woman, married to, of course, Patrick Mahomes Jr. And then I see that Patrick Mahomes Jr. is making some statements that pissing everybody off. I haven't seen. Why is everybody pissed off at Pat Mahomes Jr. now?
I haven't seen anything from that he said.
I know they were all mad at his wife because she posted some not weird thing, but she posted something on her Instagram story that people didn't like, so she had to take it down and not apologize, but kind of apologize. And yeah, that whole family seems to be kind of polarizing.
Really?
Yeah, well, his little brother, that's a whole nother.
Ooh, we got to get to that sometime. She apparently encouraged people to vote for Donald Trump, so that was a horrible, terrible thing she did.
Yeah, I think she liked one of his posts or something, or a post about him, and then unliked it, and so people were. She had one side that was mad she liked it in the first place, and then the other side was like, "Well, why did you unlike it?" And so you can't win.
So this is what just dreaming about Patrick Mahomes Sr. brought me into this world. Now, look. Everybody lives different lives. We're not all the same. I pointed that out at the Minnesota State Fair. Do you guys know anybody that's further left than Mike Gelfand? Is it possible to be further left than Mike Gelfand?
No, it's actually Gelfand, then the far left, and then the center.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
I love Mike Gelfand. He's one of my best friends. I agree with him politically 0 times. And it's not that I'm far right either. It's just he's so far left. And, there are other people like, Doug Sprinthal, who's coming in today. He's not far left, but he's a lefty too. I adore that man. When are we going to understand and grow up and understand, because you have a political stance doesn't mean you're a horrible human being and you're terrible and you should be punished. And would you settle down, for Christ's sake? Right?
Right.
Relax. I don't care what you two guys are probably going to vote communist. I understand. I got no problem with that. You guys do what you guys do. Oh, you didn't even react to the communist part of it.
No, I just write in, whatever Russian candidate.
Yes, absolutely.
I just spell it out with the bubbles like C-O. Yeah.
I like it. That works for. Actually, Kevin did tell me that last election he voted for Nikita Khrushchev.
Yeah,
who's been dead for about 50 years, but
Well, I just keep writing Obama on all my.
Obama,
ballots,
that's right.
Yes, yep.
Get the Obama vote in there.
That's good. Just in case.
I went with Vladislav Tretiak.
Oh my! See, you guys.
That's a.
Sure, what hurts?
That's an old goaltender, like a hockey goalie.
He's a hockey goalie. Oh God, Travis Kelce. This just came out 60 or 58 minutes ago. Travis Kelce hilariously reveals how Patrick Mahomes' insane behind-the-scenes behavior is.
Oh no, his behind the back pass.
No, but he changed it apparently. Yeah, the insane behind the back pass in preseason got him out of jail, as he gushes over Chiefs quarterback. When you F up, he makes you right. Oh, so he did praise him. Good. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, look, I mean, that takes, first of all, the fact that Patrick Mahomes Jr. Protected and supported his wife, that's what he should be doing. He doesn't have to agree with her, but he should support her. And just because she made one statement that she agreed with somebody on something doesn't mean she's a psychopath, or on the other side, a communist, or what. Would everybody just calm down? First of all, I also posted this morning that I watched TV this morning, 3 different channels. I watched CNN, I watched Newsmax, and I watched some AP stuff. And they all disagree on everything.
Mm-hmm.
So what I try to do is glean something from it I could learn, and I go forward. I have my life. I really don't give a rat's ass what your party is. You lived a different life than I did. So calm down, everybody. You're being manipulated and used by these bastards that are making millions of dollars off of your misery. Don't let them do that. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Jesus, relax.
Maybe I'm lost here, but how after a third DWI do you just get probation?
Because Patrick Mahomes Jr. is your son?
Yeah, when you've got enough, when your son has enough money to pay for probably the best lawyer around. And
does he get to keep his license?
I doubt it. Boy, I wouldn't think so.
Yeah, I would assume that's probably been taken away.
Okay.
And at this point, sign up for Uber Black or whatever you got to do.
Why should it have to be Uber Black? Why not?
Because
Uber
that's what
White?
it's called.
What happened to Uber White?
I don't know, because black is sophisticated, like a tuxedo, I guess. And
it's got a limo.
Yeah, we're going to get into that later on today, too. Your sister, what's her name? Michelle Obama.
Oh, yeah. What is our queen done today?
America's racist as hell, and it's horrible. She's worth $70 million. You got the Maverick channel, which white people aren't allowed on. You got the LOL channel, which is a comedy channel that white people are not allowed on. I mean, so we're racist? Really?
Who's not allowed on the LOL channel? I've never.
I tried to get on there and said no, and I assume it's because I'm white.
Yeah,
that's
you're not funny.
Oh,
that could be.
Remember when you used to work here? Remember that? God, it's been a while now. It's been like 3-4 minutes. No, see, that's the big deal. This is what I'm saying. Would everybody just calm down, relax, right?
Yeah.
Although you're being told constantly by both parties you should be nervous as hell and miserable, but I don't buy it. That's all I'm saying. So we did find out that Patrick Mahomes supports his wife, which I'm good. I'm glad to see that. That's a good thing. And I prove every day that I support my wife, because otherwise I would be dead. So there you go.
Yeah, it seems like the bedrock of most marriages is just supporting your partner.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. If she liked something that Trump said, doesn't mean she's a horrible person. And another thing, she'd probably buy your ass out and make you move to South America or something.
Yeah.
Girls got a lot of money. I'd be careful. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, yeah, so I took nothing but positives away from that. I like what Patrick Mahomes said, protecting, and I didn't read much about it. I just read one article said he supports his wife, which kicked my day off very nicely. And then Tevin ruined it by being a smartass. But other than that.
Yeah, but he's our smartass.
Yes, he's our smartass. Hi, Tom Barnard here for Olivia Weight Control Centers. Your success story starts today. Join Olivia's doctor-recommended and award-winning nutrition program and get your first 8 weeks free. You could lose up to 20 pounds or more in your first 8 weeks. Plus, Olivia offers weight loss medications to accelerate results. Receive personalized one-on-one guidance, plus expert nutrition and medical support. Livia is the destination for all weight loss solutions. And trust me when I say this, Livia does work. And I'll tell you what this is all about. I found out, this is how Livia works, by the way. They reach out to you. I suppose they heard me talk about it on the show, but they reached out to me and talked to me about this, that, I'm taking GLP-1 medications. And what happened was, I didn't even tell you guys this yet. Not the movers, but some people helping us move.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be a friend forgot that they had put my GLP-1 medications in their glove compartment for a couple of days, and it's supposed to be chilled, right? So I didn't want to, unless I talked to the people at Livia, I didn't want to, take the injection, because what if it went bad and, blah, blah, blah. Found out luckily that it takes like 5 days for it to start to turn. But that's the kind of information you can get. And by the way, that I like 3-4 days or whatever that I was contemplating it because I took it right. Once he handed it to me, I put it in the refrigerator. So that was good. It was after 2 days, not 5 days. But I learned a lot. And it, look, the situation works. There's no question about that. Visit Livea.com. That's Livea.com or call 855-GO-LIVEA. Join Livea's nutrition plan today and get your first 8 weeks free. Plus, Livea Medical offers GLP-1 medications for accelerated results. Visit Livea.com or call 855-GO-LIVEA. Choose the trusted leader serving our communities for 15 years because Livea works.
When you need someone to listen, a lawyer you know and trust.
If you've never been in an auto accident, it's hard to know what to expect from the insurance adjuster. Here are some tips. 1, if they talk to you about whether or not you should hire a lawyer, it's a good sign that you probably should. 2, it's illegal for them to give you any legal advice. They aren't lawyers and they aren't licensed to practice law. 3, if they tell you that everyone involved in the accident is at fault, they're wrong. This comes from the belief that you're at fault for just being on the road. That's nonsense and not supported by any law. Finally, remember that friendly adjusters are often just gaining information. They want you to do most of the talking so they can file their report. I'm Mike Bryant from Bradshaw & Bryant. I hope you're never injured in a collision. But if you are, don't sign anything until you've talked to us.
Find Bradshaw & Bryant, personal injury attorneys at minnesotapersonalinjury.com.
Seeking justice for the injured. Bradshaw and Bryant.
Well, let's take a second to talk about Bilski. I just had a phone conversation with him yesterday about missing the dinner last night because I didn't sleep worth crap because of the thunder, but I slept for 10 hours last night. That's a lot of sleep, man. I did. I needed it, though, man. I got no sleep the night before. But yeah, let's talk about North American Banking Company. If you own a business or thinking about starting one, make sure to check out my friends at North American Banking Company. When your business is looking to capitalize on an opportunity or solve a problem, turn to their experts because they are locally owned and operated. Loan decisions are made here in the Twin Cities. They're not shipped out of state, in other words. This does help business owners expand with confidence. So if you're looking for a better banking experience, and I'm telling you, I've been with North American Banking Company now for 25 years, something like that, long time. So if you're looking for a better banking experience, why not bank with my friends at North American Banking Company? Go to nabankco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You're listening to the Tom Barnard Podcast.
And now, Judd. Ooh, I gave you the big lead in. What do you think?
That was great. It was fantastic. Big voice. What's going on?
Unbelievable, man. I was attacked by Tevin because apparently Brittany Mahomes made a statement on something she agreed with Trump on something. So everybody attacked her. And from what I can see, I didn't delve deeply into this, but this was weird because last night, I don't know why, because I hadn't heard about this. I dreamt about his father when he was a Minnesota Twins pitcher. I ran into a few times. He's a hell of a nice guy. Yeah. And I must have somehow heard in the background that he just pled guilty to his 3rd DUI and he's going to be, working on that and all the rest of it. But then not only that, but apparently Brittany posted something positive about Trump. So people were attacking her. And it would appear, I haven't delved deeply into this, but it appeared that Patrick Mahomes Jr., her husband, supported her, which I like to see. That's very nice.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Well, a lot of people wouldn't. They got to protect themselves. Politics in this.
I see what you're saying.
It's just insane. Calm down.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't care what
I don't either.
Athletes think.
Nope.
Or actors. So that's you go ahead and you support who, whatever helps you probably agenda wise as far as tax savings and stuff, you're going to support. I'm sure there's there are probably a ton of people in the athletic world that you would find would support Republicans because, it works for them. But I got no problem with that. I mean, that's fine. They should support who they want to support.
Someday
Can't
I'll
expect
tell
them
you.
all to be the same.
Remember when the economy collapsed in 2008?
Yeah.
Someday I will tell you how much money I gave back to the company to make sure nobody lost their job. Not one person ever mentioned it. Not one. And it was 5 large. So, and you know what I mean by 5 large. So,
yeah.
Okay, folks. So don't give me this bullshit that nobody helps out. Everybody busted. Look, people that I know step up to help out other people. No question about it. So calm down, relax.
Yeah. So what are we upset about here? We're upset that she supports somebody that
I
Like-
guess. She
Oh,
said something
okay.
nice about Donald Trump, I guess. Did you read the whole thing?
It was she liked a
Yeah.
post that was about that I guess was a pro-Trump post or something, and then she unliked it. So then one side was mad because she liked it in the first place, and the other side was mad because you removed your like, and so you're really not one of us. And so everybody's
Oh,
mad
wow.
this morning, Judd.
Yeah. As Michael Jordan said years and years ago, Republicans buy sneakers too, so I ain't taking a side. And everyone's like, well, Ali did. You got to take a side. You've got to come out. And he's like, no, I don't. And Michael Jordan was right.
Yeah, he was indeed. You know, I got
If you
a
want
chance.
to, you shouldn't have to.
I got a chance one time to play golf with him out at Spring Hill, and I had to work, so I couldn't do it.
Oh,
It would have
man.
been kind of cool playing golf with him, Michael Jordan.
You think?
I would think it'd be kind of a cool day, but I guess on the first tee, the pro at the time, very, very nice guy, really
Yep.
good guy.
Yep.
Michael Jordan said, "Hey, you want to make a bet?" And the pro said, "Yeah, sure. What's your handicap?" Because he'd played with him many times before, but they never gambled. And this wasn't gambling either. It was for like
Alleged, yeah.
alleged.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly right. But he said to the pro, "I'm a 3 handicap." And the pro said to Michael Jordan on the first tee, "If you're a 3 handicap, I will play you for every dollar, house, and car you own."
Wow. So what happened?
I don't know what they did, but I thought that was a fantastic. Oh, really? You're a 3 handicap, are you? Uh-huh. I guess
That's
he's nowhere near a 3 handicap. So
That's a great comeback.
isn't that a great line? That's
Yes.
a wonderful line. No
That
question.
takes guts too with Jordan.
Oh, I would say, he's not a small fella. Got
Well,
some
no,
juice.
and he let's just say I think he is I think as we've found out in that 8-part documentary that ESPN did, he's rather competitive as well. So that's a great line. But yeah, I don't care what people think about politics, and I don't care what
No.
athletes think, and I especially don't care what celebrities think, because you know what? Okay, that's fine. Why should I care? Why should I? Didn't going back to the DWI, didn't Patrick Mahomes Sr.'s problem start? Didn't he flip his car on the Hennepin Avenue Bridge years
Maybe.
and years ago?
That might have happened. Did you ever meet him?
No, I did.
Great guy.
I like
Really
that.
nice man. Apparently he doesn't know don't drink and get behind the wheel, but I met him a few times. Just a really, really nice guy.
Just too bad he couldn't have been as good a pitcher as his son as a quarterback, because he'd be in
Well,
the Hall of Fame right now.
yes,
The Twins probably wouldn't have spent the 90s sucking for most of it.
You mean like they do now?
Lost again last night.
What is happening here? They're right there, just ready to strike. What have they lost? Like 9 out of their last 10 games or something?
I think they're
Jeez.
7-9.
7-9. Jesus.
7 of their last 9. I
7
think,
out of the
have
last
lost.
9 they've lost.
Yeah.
It just, and it's the same thing when the season opened. Remember that you and I talked a great deal in the season opened about their defense is not very good, and it's mostly their defense that's kicking their poor pitching as well. But their
Yeah, the
defense is
pitching.
hurting them a lot, isn't it?
It has, yeah, because
Yep.
we talked about the play. I think it was on Sunday when Julian threw the ball away that could have gotten
Mhm.
Duran out of the game, and instead they lost. And Duran came in, so they came back to tie the game. They were down 4-0 last night. They came back to tie it at 4, and forced extras. Duran comes in and gives up 4 runs in the top of the 10th, and then they come back and score 2 runs, lose 8-6. But yeah, it was not. It feels like things are unraveling, but here's what's so weird. Everybody else ain't playing well. So
Right. Yeah.
they are still only, I think it is now 2.5 games back. Kansas City beat Cleveland again last night. So those 2 teams are now tied for first. It's the first time in
Ooh.
forever that anyone has tied Cleveland, because the Twins came close but didn't do it. But like, they're still, I believe they have a 4.5 game lead as the 3rd team, the Twins do, in the wild card.
Yeah, there's like a 4-game lead over the Red Sox, who are 68
Yeah.
and 64.
So, but like, if the Red Sox were even playing halfway decent baseball, they'd either be breathing down the Twins' neck right now, or they would have passed them.
Yeah, I don't. They got to do something about their defense. And some of these guys throw the ball like they were born yesterday, for God's sake. They can't throw a baseball.
Well,
Like, that's not good when you're playing baseball.
you know what really hurts them too now is that Buxton's been out for quite a while now in center field. And the one thing they did last year that I liked, but they did it because they knew Buxton almost certainly wasn't going to play center field, and he didn't, was they went out and got a guy named Michael A. Taylor, who's having a horrendous year in Pittsburgh at the plate.
Oh, he is? Okay.
He was pretty good here at the plate. He's decent, not great, but he was a really good outfielder.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't, and the problem now is they didn't get that insurance this year because Buxton was coming back to play center field. But the problem is, Byron's going to miss time every year. He's going to miss time.
Yep.
You have to have a backup center fielder who's really solid out there. And unfortunately, the Twins got this Margot from the Dodgers, and he's been decent at the plate of late, but he is, they don't have a center fielder. They've got corner guys who they move there, and it's just not good. So that's defensively. If you want to talk about a problem, like there was a ball last night, Austin Martin didn't catch, Buxton catches it, and we don't even think about the catch.
Yeah,
and then the pitching, the bullpen is worn down and struggling, or it's just it's not good, but it's almost like in spite of themselves, they're not losing any ground.
God, that is so amazing. They have not lost. They have sucked for the last 2 weeks, and they've not lost any ground. Yeah,
they've lost. I think they've lost like a half a game or something. Like it's just not. It should be. They should be out of the playoffs right now, and instead they're very much in the playoffs.
No doubt about it. I do have to ask you. I think this came up yesterday, but it's a headline in today's news. Travis and John Kelce signed a $100 million podcast deal.
Oh, yeah. Jason Kelce.
Jason.
What did I say?
John.
Oh, okay. Yes, Travis and Jason. I don't know why I said John, because I know what his name is. It happens.
Tell me about it.
Well, it does. No question about it. But
I know it does. I've done the same thing.
That is going to become a problem for podcasting because, radio is taking some hits. There's no question about that. The AM radio is pretty much totally over. Not completely, but they're edging up on it. But with deals like this, podcasters are going to take a huge hit too, because there are so many famous people now doing these $100 million podcasts. Where are you going to get your listeners?
Yeah, that's incredible too. Who's paying the freight? Does it say?
I'll click on it and find out I just saw that. And
that is,
I believe it's Amazon, right?
Of course it is.
Amazon's Wondery network.
Oh yeah. They've got more money than God, but that's ridiculous. Yeah, that's nuts.
It is. Oh, by the way, though, it's a long-term deal, $100 million over 3 years.
Oh, then, never mind.
I've been doing podcasting now for 13 years. I've never made anywhere near $100 million. I got to tell you that. No question about it.
I think you're in the majority with that one. $100 million.
$100 million for 3 years. But people are going to listen to it. There's no question they're going to watch it and listen to it.
Well, and the fact that Travis dates Taylor Swift,
that doesn't hurt.
That took it. I think that took it from a sports podcast to, you've got a lot of people that would not listen to a Kelce Brothers podcast tuning in every week to hear what he says about Taylor.
No doubt about it. And then some young woman you guys were talking about yesterday signed a $150 million deal or something. What was that one?
Oh, yeah. What's her name?
Alex Cooper.
Alex Cooper. Yeah, there you go. And wasn't that like $120 or $125 million deal?
I think it was like 125. Yeah.
Good
over
God.
A handful of years.
Yeah, her podcast doesn't do much for me, but
I understand.
I'm probably not the target of Alex Cooper.
That's young women, isn't it? Pretty much.
Yeah.
That'll be that deal. But man, it's interesting where media is going. I'll tell you that.
Well, it is. And what really intrigues me about that is that tells you that the big companies now are aware of where the advertising dollars are going and how you reach young people. That's the thing. The traditional forms, I don't think young people who are probably among, if not the most desirable demographic, right? Mm-hmm. I don't think they listen to the traditional forms. So they don't tune into, radio. They don't buy newspapers. Clearly. I don't even know if they go to their website. So yeah, it's this whole thing of desperately trying to find where the target demo is. And I think it's a lot of times now podcasts and just as importantly, podcasts that stream on YouTube, because a lot of people now, especially young people, watch things. They stick it on their TV.
Absolutely. Yep, absolutely right. Yeah, the KQ Morning Show for 37 years I was there and was never on video. It just never happened.
Heck no. Nothing was.
I don't know. It's a different world now. I kind of wish I was 21 years old right now. That's all I have to say. Tommy, 21 years old. Yeah. Tommy just signed for $300 million. Now we're done.
Do you really wish that though? Do you really want to be 21 right now?
With the way the politics is going in the world, I definitely don't want to be. I don't even want to be 51 years old anymore. Jesus, the politics are just psychotic.
Yeah.
Well, I hate you. Settle down.
That's got to shift though.
God, I hope so.
It's cyclical, right? Like the 50s, you did have McCarthy back then.
Yeah. Yep.
Which was about as psychotic as you could possibly get. And then that sort of, it feels like things like this always, right? Like we go through periods, 10 years where it's just nuts and crazy, like the 60s. The 60s, we've talked about this. The turmoil then, I think the turmoil of the 60s makes this look a lot of times like Mickey Mouse.
Oh, I agree with you because I watched my old neighborhood burn to the ground in 1960.
Exactly.
They burned the whole damn neighborhood down. So it's a little better now than it was then, but maybe we're getting there. We'll never know.
But I'm saying I hope that it now revert, like eventually it reverts to what it became, where it just calms down and we get normal people again.
I like it. So the good news is the Twins are still involved in this whole deal. We got a game coming up a week from Sunday for the Minnesota Vikings.
Yes, sir. Giants.
Any chance they'll go 500 this year?
Well, they can't because it's a 17-game schedule now.
Well, that's right.
They're going to go to 18 eventually. But anyway, I think the over-under right now in wins for the Vikings, I think, is 6.5. And I will say this. I think they can exceed that. Like, I don't think it's going to be that bad.
I need them to tie and go 8-8-1.
Why? You mean for your betting?
No, just for that 500 mark.
For the
and
500.
Then I'll pull this back up.
Okay, so
it's
8-8
possible. Yeah.
Are we all satisfied with 8-1?
I would be ecstatic if they won.
Oh yeah, you take that.
I think
that's all I'm achieving for that.
Take it.
I think that 6 games is about where we'll end up. Just because I don't think that our team is that great without a quarterback. So
I thought that kid did a good job in the last game.
Yeah, he did, but Sam Darnold's going to start, and we'll see, I guess, what version of Sam Darnold we get. If we get, the number 1 overall pick and he plays, up to his potential, sky's the limit. Yeah. But if we get kind of same old Sam Darnold, buckle up because it's going to be a long one.
You got to run the ball, though. This team has to run the ball. Yeah. They can't just – and I do think the defense is going to be better than a lot of people expect. So I could see them winning 8 games.
All right, well,
8-9. I could see that.
8-9. Okay, 8-8-1 to be better for AJ.
Yep.
That'd be better.
It's hilarious.
Love a tie.
But I will say this: back when I was, Tevin and AJ's age, and then back when I was your age, I let the Minnesota Vikings and Minnesota Twins ruin my life by being too emotionally involved, and now I've gotten to the point where I am in life now. I'm still a huge fan of the Twins and the Vikings. But if they lose, I'm not going to let it ruin my life. So you will get to a point if they keep on losing and not win any big titles. Well, it's been 33 years since the Twins won a World Series. It's been
91, yeah,
33 years. You're still a huge fan. You still love them. I love the Twins and I love the Vikings, but I'm not letting them ruin my life like they did for 30 years.
I can't believe at my age you allowed them to still do that. I haven't allowed them to ruin my life since, oh my God, a long time.
Since Christ was a corporal. I don't know where that ever came from, but that's a great line.
I've never heard that one. But yeah, look, when Gary Anderson missed the field goal by then, I was hardened to it. I was like, I'm not surprised by this. Not one bit.
Well, see, I'm just a sugar tit fan. That's my problem. So,
Well, the Twins, the Twins in the 90s just destroyed you because They went from being great in 92, they collapsed, and then from like then on, they sucked until 2001. So,
and don't tell him, but I blame Herbeck. I'm a tough guy when he's nowhere near me.
He retired. He did retire. That's not a bad point.
No, it's very.
Tell him next time. If you hadn't retired, the
the
90s wouldn't have gone in the crapper, and that guy could have hit till he was 50.
I couldn't agree more.
As the old saying goes,
Herbeck's fault. Let's go with
fall out of bed and hit. Yeah, you tell him. You tell him. You know what? Sabotage this team. You retiring early, so you could go fishing. You selfish. Very selfish.
I'm going to do it from now on. I'm attacking Herbeck. There's no question about it.
I love it. All right, guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
We'll take a break. Be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Beer, food, Vikings, and real life jousting. The only place you can find all these things together is 2024 Minnesota Renaissance Festival, happening weekends now through September 29th, plus Labor Day and September 27th. Located at the located at the Renaissance Festival grounds in Shakopee. So that, I guess, is in Minnesota. So that's good. The Renaissance Festival grounds in Shakopee. It's fun for the entire family as you venture around the grounds, finding amazing food. And by the way, I'm not making that up. The food is really good. And drinks, tons of different street acts, live music, and full armored jousting. There's always something exciting going on. You like to live on the edge, try your hand at axe throwing, shooting a crossbow, climb on a rock wall, or test your wits in an escape room. It's also perfect for kids of all ages, featuring a petting zoo, various rides and games, along with arts and crafts events. Plus, with over 250 artisans and shops around the festival, you may just find something that scratches your medieval itch. Visit RenaissanceFest.com now for discount tickets, parking passes, and all other information. The 2024 Minnesota Renaissance Festival. Visit RenaissanceFest.com today.
The past several years have been the craziest in the history of the car business. The pandemic, supply chain, and chip issues, all causing extreme inventory shortages that led to, well, predatory pricing. Some dealers charge thousands of dollars over MSRP.
We never played that game. I'm Jim Paul of Valley Buick GMC. We knew that would leave a bad taste in a customer's mouth. More importantly, from an integrity standpoint, it was just wrong.
So what about the current market? Inventory and pricing.
Valley has their best inventory in years. Really all the Buick and GMC models. Even the previously hard-to-find Yukons, HD pickups, and Hummer EVs. Plenty of deep discounts. Many with factory rebates and low-interest financing.
Then it's a good time to buy?
It's a great time. We're welcoming our previous customers back, as well as anyone else that felt the treatment just didn't feel right the last time somewhere else.
Valley Buick GMC in Apple Valley and Hastings or valleycardealers.com. Car buying without the bad aftertaste.
Mike Lindell and My Pillow employees want to thank my listeners for all your continued support. To thank you, they're having an overstock clearance and new product sale right now for the best prices ever. All you have to do is use promo code TOM and you get free shipping on your entire order. Get 50% off the MyPillow 2.0. Also get 50% off the brand new flannel sheets that just arrived and won't last long. 6-pack towel sets only $29.98, and take advantage of the free shipping on larger items such as mattresses, mattress toppers, 100% made in the USA, which is very important. It's on sale for as low as $99.99. Everything's on sale, from the brand new kitchen towels that have the same technology as the bath towels that actually absorb, dog beds, blankets, couch pillows, and so much more. To get the best specials ever, go to mypillow.com or call 800-516-5146. Use promo code TOM, and you'll get free shipping on your entire order. So call 800-516-5146 or go to mypillow.com, and please do use promo code TOM.
You're listening to the Tom Barnard Podcast.
Channel 5's Chris Egert is brought to you by Mr. Money Talk Josh Arnold. Call Josh today for your free 48-minute evaluation, 952-925-5608. What the hell are you doing?
I'm coming outside. It was too noisy in there. Sorry.
Noisy at the fair?
Yeah, I know, right?
What time did the fair open yesterday?
It opened around 9.
Oh, it did. Okay, so it was pretty early comparatively.
Yeah. So 2 hours later than it would normally open. So.
Now, as long as you're walking along, I want to ask you. I want to ask everybody this question, because I just realized something reading that commercial just now, that there are people that don't talk to each other about their political views and this and that and the other thing. And I just realized today, and I made the statement at the Minnesota State Fair that Mike Gelfand, I don't know anybody further left than Mike Gelfand, but I love the guy. And then when you compare that to another one of my really good friends that I'll always like, Mike Lindell couldn't be further right than anybody else I've ever met. So I got two friends that I think the world of. One's way here and the other one's way here. Does that mean that I'm just not paying attention, or have I figured out something most people haven't figured out? Which one is it?
Well, maybe you figured out something that most people haven't figured out, and that the entire civilization isn't necessarily teetering one way or the other based on who they vote for.
I love it. So, but I, look, and I'm proud that they're both my friends. They're both named Mike, so it's easy to remember them.
Right.
Then you got you talk about Michael Bryant. He's pretty centrist. I mean, he leans a little left, but pretty. So I got 3 Mikes in my life. One's way left, one's middle, and one's way right. That's a good sign. That means I'm very accepting, doesn't it?
It's like Goldilocks and the 3 bears. It sounds like you got your 3 bears.
I got my 3 bears. There's no question about it. I don't want to see any of them bare, actually. But what's happening in the news, Pally? Oh, God, he closes his eyes.
That was a great joke. Power restoring trying to get underway. Lots of people still very upset because they don't have power, and it might be until tomorrow yet for a lot of people.
Right.
I think there's around 30,000 people without power right now. So that's better.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I think when we talked at this time, it was like 150,000. So
yes, exactly.
That was our big story today for the most part.
I got to give you the tip because I did not sleep at all 2 nights ago because it was so loud and the flashing lights. Even though I had the shades pulled and everything, you could still see the flashing of light.
Right.
Enough to wake you up. But it just, man, that was it. We did not lose our power or anything like that. But I know a lot of people who did. That's got to be tough. You can't even go back to your own house after your work day. That's got to be very difficult.
Well, I know a couple of my friends still don't have it. And he went and bought a deep freezer and couldn't find a generator anywhere, but went and bought like a deep freeze on Facebook Marketplace or something to try to save some of his food. And, I've heard lots of vitriol around Xcel Energy the last couple days. It's like, why does one storm go through or 2 storms go through and like knock the entire city out? Like, I think a lot of people are pretty frustrated with it. And it seems to be certain neighborhoods that are more prone to it than others. And so, I mean, go ahead.
What does make it prone to losing power?
I don't know. It seems like people who lose it seem to always lose it,
Oh, God. They should put that on when they put their house on the market, they got to tell you if it loses power every year.
Yeah. You have to disclose if there's if anybody's died in the house and if the power has ever gone out.
Right. Good point, Tevin. And then tomorrow it sounds like, and this is not great timing, tomorrow mid-afternoon, early evening, another round is supposed to move through, and all the prep football games are happening tomorrow night.
Of course they are.
The Gophers and North Carolina are playing at US Bank Stadium. St. Thomas is playing tomorrow night.
Oh.
So there's a lot of football going on, and that's terrible timing for that. So
no question about it. That's really, really unfortunate. But I slept 10 hours last night because I got no sleep at all on Monday night. But last night I hit the sack, and I hit the sack a little before 10, and I woke up a little, Oh, Doug Sprinthal just got here.
Perfect timing. Tell Doug hi, and I got to roll.
Okay, Palomino, have a great time out there, and try to work a little bit or something.
I will not work. I can assure you that.
Okay, good. Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Channel 5's Chris Egert, brought to you by Mr. Money Talk, Josh Arnold. Call Josh today for your free 48-minute evaluation. What's going on? Dougie, I just used you as an example of why I think the world needs to change. No, it's a good thing.
Oh, okay.
No,
I could have gone either way.
I pointed out the fact that Mike Gelfand, there's nobody further left on earth than Mike Gelfand, yet I adore them. I love the guy. I really do.
Yeah.
And then I read a commercial, Mike Lindell. There's nobody further right than Mike Lindell, and I love the guy too. Then I used you as the middling.
Yeah.
Because even though you're a Democrat, you're not way far left or whatever.
No, I've always been this way. I don't think everything Biden did is great, and I never thought everything Trump did was terrible.
But I kind of like that. The fact that I have 3 friends that I think the world of. They're in 3 different spots, but it gives me a better life, I think.
We should get the 2 mics in here sometime.
Oh, Gelfand and Lindell.
That'd be the final podcast.
Yeah, I would wear like one of those old diving suits where you had to put that big thing over your head.
The metal plate glass deal.
Absolutely. But yeah, I wish people could learn their lesson. Just stop talking like that. Do you want Doug to move to a different microphone? Because Chris Maddock is going to come in about 2 seconds. So
we can set him up, or we'll set Chris up over here.
We'll set Chris up over there. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Matter of fact, why don't we take a break and bring Chris Maddock in the studio right after this? When you go to a restaurant, you expect the chef to be an expert. You expect your auto mechanic to be an expert when it comes to fixing your car. You judge them both by the results of their work. Josh Arnold is an expert in investments and planning your financial future. Josh Arnold is my expert, and he should be yours too. I talk to Josh every week, and he understands the market and the economy, and he knows how to plan for your retirement. Don't put it off another day. The man with your plan is Josh Arnold. Call Josh now for a no-obligation 48-minute evaluation. You've got nothing to lose, and you'll have an expert planning and managing your financial future. Call Josh at 952-925-5608. That's 952-925-5608. Investment services offered by Josh Arnold Investment Consultant, LLC Security Investment Advisor. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. All investments involve risk. All comments and opinions are Josh Arnold's and do not constitute investment advice. Tom Barnard is a paid endorser.
Is that text you're sending so important that you missed your turn? Is that text you're sending so important that you ran the red light? Is that text you're sending so important you didn't see the ball coming onto the road or the child that followed? Hi, I'm Mike Bryant from Bradshaw & Bryant. When you take your eyes off the road for even 4 seconds, your vehicle travels 100 yards. That's the entire length of a football field. If you absolutely have to text, you need to pull off the road somewhere safe and do it from there. Texting and driving is against the law and can cause serious injury or even death to you and others. Now that is important. We hope you're never injured in a collision, but if you are, please contact us.
Find Bradshaw & Bryant, personal injury attorneys at MinnesotaPersonalInjury.com.
Going farther with Mike Bryant on your side, seeking justice for the injured. Bradshaw & Bryant.
I'm here talking with my friends Michael Bilski and Brad Huckle of North American Banking Company. Guys, it seems like banking has changed quite a bit since you first opened your doors in 1998.
Yes and no. In 98, we didn't have online and mobile banking like we do today. Many banking processes have also changed. One thing that hasn't changed is we still provide a true community bank experience right here in the Twin Cities.
Our team takes the time to get to know our customers and their goals. This creates a relationship that is unique in banking today and one our customers appreciate. It's why we like to say we provide a better banking experience.
You're absolutely right, Brad. I've been a customer for a long time. The service your team provides is phenomenal.
Thanks, Tommy.
So why not bank with my banker, North American Banking Company, a better banking experience, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is the Tom Barnard Podcast.
All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, with Doug Sprinthal and Chris Maddock, who is at Comedy Corner Underground Friday and Saturday, 8 p.m., correct?
That's right.
Awesome. Who you have opening up for you?
Ate Akinde. And then, his name's Ate Akinde. And then we have, they always have like 3 or 4 little showcasey spots too for local guys sign up. So it's a little bit different format.
Yeah, nice. Now, in Comedy Corner Underground, I feel like is one of the more underrated rooms in Minnesota. Everybody thinks of like, Acme and the bigger clubs, but you can see quality shows over at Comedy Corner Underground.
Yeah, it's a cool spot. It's very New York style. It was, it used to be a dingy basement. It might be still, but it's it's in the basement of the Corner Bar. And we went down there in 2005 and it was just like in this old abandoned basement. It's in a really old building. And, we just we were young. We did an open mic there with some people sitting on a dirty couch, and we just sort of started building it up. And then this guy Bob moved into town, and he took it. He's the one who runs the 10,000 Laughs Comedy Festival. Yep. And so a lot has come out of that place. It's awesome.
Yeah,
77
seats.
This is over on the West Bank.
Yeah, in the basement of the Corner Bar.
I love that place.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I've never had an alcoholic beverage in the Corner Bar.
You should try one. They have them.
That's what I heard. I did hear that. Oh, by the way, I just want to mention this very quickly. I got back a little late. That's one thing I love about podcasts. Nobody gives a rat's ass if you're all on at the same time.
No.
We're used to it, sir. Poops a lot.
No, pee. I do pee a lot. There is that, you know. But I was in there and I ran into Jake, who's been listening to the show this morning, and said, I'm telling everybody where I work down the hall right here, they have to listen to your podcast because I'm sick to death of all. So, yes, thank you, Jake. Well, it was very nice. We're just talking about how people politically need to calm down. So, relax. Go. So what's the name of the club at the corner bar?
The Comedy Corner Underground.
Oh, yeah, you told me that. Comedy. Yep. Oh, so it is underground. I get it.
Yeah. It's in the name.
There's 2 undergrounds, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
So, I mean, go out, enjoy some comedy, have a great time, have a few laughs, relax. That's all I have to say.
Exactly.
So, Chris Maddock's in studio, shows at Comedy Corner Underground on Friday and Saturday, 8 p.m. both times. Where are you from originally, Chris?
Stillwater.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're in prison?
Yeah. No, but I did deliver pizza there. As I actually went there. I your brain's not fully developed when you're 16 years old. And I went there and delivered to the minimum security unit. It's one of the most scared times I've ever been in my life because I left the car running.
Oh,
the guy freaked out. So my hat came off. I ran back so fast.
Oh, I love
Turn that thing off.
I have spent a lot of time in Stillwater. Not that I was ever in prison, but just so kind of happened that I've had several friends that were in Stillwater prison. So I would go. I love. Do they still have the golf course at the prison? They used to have like a little 9-hole golf course.
Was it really?
Yes.
That's minimum.
Yeah, that is minimum right there. No question about it. But
who was there? Dan Quayle or no? Never mind.
Well, maybe DQ. I still go through life as DQ. That's got to be tough, I would imagine. No, actually, one of the guys that did about a year there, but he's 6'6" and weighs about 340. So nobody
gave me a hourglass with sand in it. If I'm thinking of the same person.
Why is he flipping it over?
We were in Chicago. Don't remember?
Yeah,
I'd go to prison if I was that big.
Yeah, exactly. I think we all would. But
my size, I'm not prison size.
So Stillwater, you grew up in, which by the way is a great town. I love Stillwater.
Yeah,
a really, really nice town. Yeah. So who inspired you? Do you remember as a kid?
Yeah, well, I used to watch that show. It was called Short Attention Span Theater. It was called the Comedy Channel before it was Comedy Central.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, I used to watch that. They just had little short clips of everyone, so it's just they'd have everybody. They'd have like Colin Quinn and Robin Williams, and just everybody would just be cycling through. Yep. So I watched that all the time when I was a kid, and then when I got older, Bill Hicks was the big thing for me. God, yeah. That's perfect for a kid in his 20s or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then but I love a lot of different comics, and I think like a lot of people don't say him, but Dana Gould, who's coming to town soon. I love that guy. Like he's just very classic in his style. I love that.
No, I agree with you on most. Is that a Minnesota thing, the kind of comedians you like? Because I everybody you mentioned I would agree with.
Must be. And I Doug Stanhope's one of my favorites.
Oh, God.
Not that I I can't like hold a candle to him, and I'm not so incredibly raw and filthy, but he's just he's the best at the way he does it, man.
Is he still hiding?
Is he hiding? I don't think so. Well, he lives in Arizona, that's for sure.
Yeah, he does hide.
Yeah.
He does hide. What?
Oh, I just heard some crashing.
Oh, that's upstairs. They're always building something up.
Oh, they're still working the 9-year construction project.
Yeah, exactly. It's not
they built the pyramids in 5, I think.
Yeah. Other than that,
it's a little more elaborate than
that.
They
had alien help too. So
that's true.
Right. Chris, I was thinking every time a comedian comes in and does the show, I love it because we need to relax and laugh and have a good time. People need to calm down.
Yeah, I'm not too political, but I
it doesn't matter.
My political position lately is that if you think the other side are just bad people, I think that might be the biggest problem.
Yeah.
If we could get over that, then we could maybe get a start at fixing it.
Yeah. And even if you do zero political comedy, we still need to laugh.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, there's no doubt about that.
But yeah, I think that's sort of the biggest thing is like, that's the sort of the way things have gotten. It's just like, you think that, then I know everything I need to know about you. Or, somebody infers from one opinion that you might have that they know all about you is that might be a big problem.
Oh yes, I think
since we all got to live together.
This country's always been like this.
It has.
This isn't
but it's
anything
time to
new.
change.
There's a guy that made a lot of money. He wrote a musical about the vice president killing the guy that started the banking system.
Was it catchy? Was it catchy too?
It might have been a catchy tune.
Lin-Manuel Noriega. He did really well with that.
Yeah, he was an interesting fellow, wasn't he? Actually, I know somebody that worked for him. I don't know why he's still alive, because most
I
of
would
them are not even
imagine
alive
he
anymore.
is pretty high test and driven, and
I would say you don't want to argue with him.
Yep.
That's what I took away from my friend, that you didn't want to argue with Manuel Noriega. Oh, he's been dead a while now, hasn't he?
yeah, probably 30 years.
30 years, yeah, something like that. So there's some good news here, right?
Yep.
No question. How about the crowds, Chris?
Yeah.
The crowds calming down, because there was a while there during the pandemic.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot of people leaving the house and doing all the rest of it, but people got very testy. I mean, I would go to the different comedy clubs, and people would start attacking the comedian from the audience, and it's like,
Yeah.
ugh,
Well, I didn't run into that too much, but
Good.
I think most people are sane and pretty likable people, and the loudest one. You always hear about the loudest ones, obviously, and there was definitely a point in like maybe 2015 where all of a sudden everything was like very different than it was a year before. But that kind of it kind of coincided with the generation that grew up online, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they're good kids. There was I think that high water mark is starting to drop a little bit, and it's funny. It's a pendulum or whatever you want to call it. It's cyclical. Like there was a bunch of kids showed up and they wanted to know if everyone was okay. Is everyone okay? You said, what are you saying? And then the generation after that really, I thought, oh, this is just going to get worse. But I was wrong about that, because the generation after that, they were way more into, regular old dirty jokes and whatever. And so the younger they get. And then my kid is just like, he's 13. He's just like, got a good head on his shoulders. I'm lucky there. But so
I want to hear about that. So you have a son that's 13 years old.
Yeah.
Does he handle your career pretty well?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, he's funny. And he's we just started showing him South Park. Select
Hell of a show.
Yeah.
It is a hell. Actually, JB is the one who told me about South Park all those years ago.
Yeah.
The young black man in America today that used to be on this show years and years ago. He told me, you got to watch South Park. I'm like, it's a cartoon.
So was that early 2000s? And when did South Park become a thing?
About late 90s, I think.
Late 90s?
Yeah.
So that's 25 years ago already, at least.
Yeah, they try to get canceled and they can't. Yeah.
What's the name of the real prick cartoon kid? What's his name again?
Cartman.
Yeah. I was called that now for about 2 years. That was great. When I said, oh, you're just like Cartman. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. You don't want to be called Cartman.
No, you do not want to be called Cartman. But yeah, I think, look, music I think is very important, no question. But comedy is shoulder to shoulder there. We got to start. If you haven't seen a comedian in a while, get off your ass and go see Chris Maddock. We need you guys. We just do, men and women.
I'll take it.
Absolutely. Well, that's not a good way to go. I would like laughing. Laughing is good.
Yeah, you forget to go out and do stuff. I went.
I
took my kid to see the what's it called? Christmas Carol at the Guthrie.
Oh, sure.
I live in Minneapolis. I don't think I've ever been to see a play at that Guthrie. I went to the old one, and I was like, "This is the greatest thing I've ever seen."
I know.
We got to go out and see more stuff that's in your town instead of sitting at home. It's easy to get stuck at home with all the,
So when the lead
We live in
character
the
came
future.
out, did you think it was me?
No.
Thank you very much. Great to be here.
Yep.
Crabby old bastard. He's out here causing trouble again. No, it's always nice to have, because for a while there, nobody came in studio to do anything because of COVID and all the rest of it. So that was about a 3-year period, something like that.
Yeah.
I hated that when people didn't come in, and
The dark days. Yeah.
the dark days.
That's the last time I was on. We did it over the phone.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
See, there you have it. Because I didn't think I'd ever met you in person, but we had to do it over the phone because of COVID. And what's the other thing? Mpox now?
Is that a new one?
Apparently, it used to be called monkeypox, but you can't. I still would like to know.
It
And maybe
insults
Kevin,
the
you can-
monkeys if we call it monkeypox.
No, apparently it was racist. I don't know how the hell you call them. I don't get it. Whatever.
There's so many great lines.
Well, there are,
in
but
The
you-
Office, but one of my favorites.
Oh, yeah.
Is
Oh,
there
God, yes.
Is there a less offensive term that I could refer to you as compared to Mexican? I totally butchered it, but
That's funny.
It was really funny.
Yeah, well, there's no question about it. You have to deal with a lot of that, delivering the proper pronouns on stage, because a lot of people insist you do now.
Well, I don't talk to people really.
Good move.
It's a lot of crowd work.
No, I don't do much crowd work either. But you know, I have had like, you know, one or two things happen, but like I said, for the most part, people are pretty awesome, and they're you know, they're really like hungry for comedy, and they're receptive to you know, most people can take a joke. Luckily,
glad to hear it.
You know, it's just the one knucklehead that pulls out a crayon and is like, I'm upset, and then they have to, you know, send in their letters or whatever. You know, that's who you hear from. You're not going to hear from no content people. You know, there's nobody pulling out, you know, getting on the thing. I feel great.
Yeah, nobody after one of your jokes is like, excuse me, sir, I am not offended by that joke that you just said.
I'm going to write a letter about how great you were.
And they're all in crayon, right?
Yeah. That's right.
We're going to take it. Can you stick around for a while?
Yeah, sure. I'm not working till Friday.
So there you go. Chris Maddock in studio, ladies and gentlemen. We got another great guest coming up. Shwayze is coming up next, right?
Yes.
Patrick?
Yes.
If we get a call, yes.
Oh, we haven't gotten a call yet?
Not yet, no.
Well, your people letting us down.
That's your people. Abbott Elementary.
That's true.
That's
I haven't
your
watched it this year. Is it any good this year?
I have not watched a single episode.
You didn't like it?
It's on my list of things I need to start watching.
Why don't you support your own people? What's wrong with you?
I didn't know Shwayze was on it until about 4 days ago when our.
But how about the lead
us.
woman in it? She's taking all the punches.
Oh, she's great. What's her name?
I'm not telling you a damn thing because you
Love
don't
her.
watch the show. I love her. He goes, yeah, okay.
Awesome.
Chris Maddock in studio, and Shwayze, I think, will be on the phone right after this. Mike Lindell and MyPillow employees want to thank my listeners for all your continued support. To thank you, they're having an overstock clearance and new product sale right now for the best prices ever. When you use promo code TOM, you get free shipping on your entire order. You get 50% off the MyPillow 2.0. Also get 50% off the brand new flannel sheets that just arrived and won't last long. 6-pack towel sets for only $29.98. And take advantage of the free shipping on larger items such as mattresses and mattress toppers. 100% made in the USA, on sale for as low as $99.99. Everything is on sale, from the brand new kitchen towels that have the same technology as the bath towels that actually absorb, dog beds, blankets, couch pillows, and so much more. To get the best specials ever, go to mypillow.com or call 800-516-5146. Use promo code TOM, and you can get free shipping on your entire order. So call 800-516-5146. Go to mypillow.com and use promo code TOM.
The past several years have been the craziest in the history of the car business. The pandemic, supply chain and chip issues, all causing extreme inventory shortages that led to, well, predatory pricing. Some dealers charge thousands of dollars over MSRP.
We never played that game. I'm Jim Paul of Valley Buick GMC. We knew that would leave a bad taste in a customer's mouth. More importantly, from an integrity standpoint, it was just wrong.
So what about the current market? You know, inventory and pricing.
Valley has their best inventory in years. Really all the Buick and GMC models. Even the previously hard-to-find Yukons, HD pickups, and Hummer EVs. Plenty of deep discounts. Many with factory rebates and low-interest financing.
Then it's a good time to buy?
It's a great time. We're welcoming our previous customers back, as well as anyone else that felt the treatment just didn't feel right the last time somewhere else.
Valley Buick GMC in Apple Valley and Hastings, or valleycardealers.com. Car buying without the bad aftertaste.
You're listening to the Tom Barnard Podcast.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Maddock in studio with us. He will be appearing Friday and Saturday. And the name of the club again is
Comedy Corner Underground.
Comedy Corner Underground. It's right at the top. But I always like the people who are appearing there to say the name, because I've butchered a name in the past. I know it's hard to believe. Also joining us, lady. Yes, well, that's a problem for me. You're absolutely right. A single with Wiz Khalifa out last month, Smoke Too Soon. A new single, West Coast, that came out August 16th. Upcoming album, Shwaycation, releasing September 13th. Via Ineffable Records. I like Ineffable Records. There are many meanings for that word. Shwayze, how you doing?
Amazing. How are you doing, Tom?
I'm doing amazing as well. Was it amazing because I got it all right? Is that what you're saying? You're amazed that I didn't?
Yeah, I was very happy. I was like, Shwayze, you said my name right.
Oh, you know, I didn't. Shwayze, I got to tell you, I didn't know you had such a tough childhood, raised on the beaches of Southern California. What a bitch that is. I'm sorry to hear it, Shwayze.
The rough life. But I do want it to be noted. I did not grow up with a rich family, but I did grow up in a rich town. So I got all the perks.
I understand that. Oh, it puts your. I'm not going to say real name. Puts your other name in here though. So if you use
I'm not afraid of Aaron. I'm not afraid to be called Aaron. It's okay.
Aaron Smith is his other name.
Yeah.
Which kind of sounds more like you do taxes for people.
I do taxes for Shwayze.
Nice. Well, that's a lot of bling to be dealing with in a tax return, though, isn't it?
I'm blessed.
You played that beautifully. Thank you very much. A rapper, actor, musician, father who became known to the world simply as Shwayze following a massive music breakout in 2008, which is interesting, Shwayze, because 2008, the economy collapsed. So to break out in that year, man, you must have been working really hard.
Yeah, no, it was good timing. It was definitely good timing. 2008. But when we look back at 2008, it was like such a good time. I don't know. Maybe it's because I was making money. You're right, but I just feel like it was a nostalgic time, for music and the vibe.
No question about it. We're very lucky today, Shwayze, because also in studio, Chris Maddock, he's doing a couple appearances this weekend. Great comedian. So to having two such talented people on the phone at the same time, some in studio, some not, but look at how blessed my life is, pal.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Where are you guys based right now? I probably should have known that before hopping on. Where are you guys?
We are in actually we're in St. Louis Park, but Minneapolis, St. Paul, Minnesota.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, cool.
You ever spend any time here?
I've played some shows out there.
Oh, Bring your ass.
Bring your ass. Let's let that die. Jesus.
There we go.
Who came up with that again?
Anthony Edwards to Charles Barkley.
Oh, that's right. It was Anthony
television.
Edwards. There we go. But Tevin's getting the credit for it.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
I didn't know his name.
Now, I would say so far you've done a great job, Shwayze, with this interview, but I'm going to hand you off to the young black man in America today to see if he can handle any of this.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm familiar with your work, Shwayze, and I was curious because obviously working with Wiz Khalifa, that's kind of a legendary name in music, especially in kind of the rap genre. What was it like working with him? And is that kind of like the biggest, or who is the biggest person you've worked with on a song or collaborated with?
Wiz is certainly the tallest. Goodness gracious. We did the music video the other day, and I had no idea he was like such a giant. He's like 6'5", 6'6".
Whoa.
He's definitely the tallest in size. Pause. No, but I think that Wiz is great, man. My fans over the years have been asking me to do a collab with him forever, so I just had to reach out for this new album, and he blessed me with a beautiful, beautiful verse. I have actually, I have verses with Kendrick early on. I have verses with Snoop. I have songs with Snoop and Kendrick. So I don't know. I think they're all equally as amazing. It's funny how important features are. A lot of times I'll just like make an album with no features, but these last two albums I've been actively trying to go and collab with people just to expand my horizons and get different vibes on these tracks.
Yeah, absolutely. And is that kind of one of the biggest differences in maybe this project compared to earlier projects, is the number of features, or did you try to do anything different kind of stylistically to kind of as you continue to grow as a musician?
Yeah, these last two albums, mostly a lot of new features, but also growing in the space. Essentially, like the music that I've made has always been kind of like borderlining rock, hip hop, and on this new album, I've added a little bit of Cali reggae vibes in there because it's just, I don't know, the Cali reggae vibes I've always, or just reggae vibes period. But I can't call myself a reggae artist, so it's just more of like because reggae artists are from Jamaica and they make dope reggae music. I can't say that I'm not good, but